Oh gosh.
Okay.
There's Robbie, Carolina Dream. Sorry, you guys. Thanks for staying with us. We think this is a really important update.
We are definitely really close to the end game in some ways, because end game of all the buildup, we're going to a totally new place now. This is the last months of 2025, and we know it all gets going in 2025. We've always known that there's going to come a time when they're going to crash things. They're going to bring in the new monetary system. And really so much of what they're doing is timed with the natural. And this is, again, it's part of the natural and then the artificial, the dark matrix trying to cover it up. So, yeah, it feels like they're really trying to put an end to us as we've been doing this for 8 years. I've seen other channels too really getting hammered. This is, Kundalini King says, it's Plague Upon the Land 2.0.
You should mention that, right?
It is. That's coming. It's in process already. So, there's so much going on. They're going to, of course, we know they've been trying to trigger that war. They're watching everything. And really what they're watching is the natural energy, which, Cindy's gotten some messages from the guides, urgent messages about, what's happening, because there's so much energy inflowing into us right now. The ascension process is on fast forward. Susan Donahue in the house. Good
Great
to see you, Susan.
While we have everybody, I do want to say some thank yous for support, just to support us, because this is not easy. We're really getting slammed on the views, and Ken was very, very generous. Israel, Robbie, all of you guys over on Ko-Fi definitely gave a little bit extra, and that really, really helps doing what we're doing.
The good news is we will be able to do live streams from Patreon. If anything happens and we're no longer on YT, you could get us over there. And you could join over there even as a free account, so that's cool too. But we do appreciate your support, because we couldn't do it without your support.
That's right. That's really, it's symbiotic. So hopefully, if we give to you, that's another way you can help.
It's reconnected. So Cindy's going to give you one of the emergency updates right now coming through.
Yeah, hopefully I can get it all out there. So this one is specifically from Sirius. I have two, but this one is from Sirius because many of you guys have a Sirius star system behind you. So background. Beloved ones of Earth, we speak from Sirius. The tides of your galaxy are shifting, and from Sirius we send streams of liquid light into your field. What comes to you now are not only photons, but biophotonic waves encoded with memory, carrying the intelligence of water, sound, and harmony. We know many of you, the starseeds, the sensitives, the empaths, are trembling under this pressure. You feel the waves as heart surges, sudden panic, disrupted sleep, flashes of bliss that collapse into fear. This is the sensation of your energy field rewiring to crystalline conductivity. Your chest and nervous system are being recalibrated. The rapid shifts you feel are the heart learning to carry higher current. Where you feel both ecstasy and fear, you are now bridging polarities into unity. Anchor with water. Sirius energy flows through oceans and rivers. Bathe, swim, shower, or simply place your hands in a bowl of water to release excess discharge. Water is the fastest conductor for the photonic codes now flooding you. Sound is medicine. The incoming frequencies carry resonance. Humming, toning, or listening to dolphin or whale-like sounds will stabilize your auric field and prevent anxiety from spiking. Eat the colors of the sea and sun, blue-greens, spirulina, chlorella, chlorophyll, and golden roots, turmeric and ginger. They hold the exact spectral frequencies now entering your cells. These can support you. Breathe with the waves. Inhale as though drawing the tide into your heart. Exhale as though releasing it back to the ocean. Long exhales regulate your nervous system, making space for the photon light to integrate. Message from Sirius. You are not fragile. You are becoming liquid crystal receivers of the galactic heartbeat. The anxiety you feel is a sign of conductivity rising, the nervous system humming as it learns a new song. Peace will not come by fighting the sensations. Peace comes by entering the current, letting the waves carry you, knowing they bring not chaos but coherence. We walk beside you in every surge, in every shimmer of light upon your skin. Call on us. You will feel the ocean of Sirius soothing the fire of transformation. So I hope this resonates with some of you. We do have another one, but I want to get Mike's input first.
Yeah, again, everybody's going through the same thing for the most part. It depends on where you are with the ascension process and what you have to work through. There we go. Somebody was saying that 3 different people. There you go, Tara. Geologist John Levy was showing casing. Yeah. Okay. Facebook channel taken down. Bridget Knapp. 3rd one from an online Tataria conference to have their Facebook taken down. I had 1,000 recommendations on Facebook, and they took my Facebook page away because I was posting stuff about energy work, and they just didn't like it. So they took my whole thing down before I even could get any of those 1,000 recommendations. So I had to start from scratch, and I didn't start a Facebook again. I started a YouTube channel instead. But this is what the system does, and it's at the part in this journey where I think they are going to just simply go ahead, and even though it's going to make a lot of people question things, I think they are going to attack more directly.
Yeah, I don't know. Hope you're upgrading, and it's okay. It could be very, very frightening, but you have to do all the things. Get out there, exercise, just go for walks, even just move your arms around, love on your pets, get grounded, eat the foods they suggest if you are able. That's really going to help, because if you're eating that color, then that light energy is going to be easier able to absorb into your new energy field.
Yeah, I do think that I would expect that we'll have some major outages and blackouts at times. They can't keep the system down forever from their point of view, because that's how they use the control. I would recommend, seriously, guys, if you're not online for whatever purpose it is, unplug your routers if you have Wi-Fi, because I do think the Wi-Fi signal is being amped. I expect it to be amped too. To even higher levels. The Polish psychic is seeing a massive wave of kind of a new plague upon the land coming that he was sensing for around November, but he said it's already here. He was seeing more in November, December, but it's already here. It's just not being recognized, and I think it has everything to do with frequency. And this is what's going on. It's massive, the changes that are underway, and yet not everybody is going to see things the way we see things. There are those that don't have a clue, and when we've talked about the concept of non-playing characters, I think it's very real. In fact, we actually got from the guides for the first time that there is a larger percentage of beings that are not Homo sapiens on the planet than there has been in times past. So, yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of them that walk among us that are literally not what we are, not human like we're human. This is really it's a big thing to understand. It's just paradigm blowing out.
It is. Everything is really changing in our frequencies, and I do think these bodies of energy have a lot to do with what's going on. And we did channelings from both Aurelia and Ammonite. Go back and take a look at those, because those are 2 bodies, including 3-Eye Atlas, that I think are also affecting our energy fields.
Yeah. So yeah, it's I do mantras every day. the sound, the vibration from the mantras helps to decalcify the pineal gland. It helps to stimulate the pineal gland. When you sleep, make sure the room is really dark, because in order to activate your pineal gland again to produce the melatonin, it needs to be dark. So if you're in a situation where it's really bright and you have all different color lights and stuff around you, it's going to make it very, very hard to get that pineal gland working. There's a lot of things you can do, but it's really about developing your ability to sense energies.
The internet's going down again. I want to get this other channeling out. So, because I'm breaking down over here, my computer's just not right. I want to get this other channeling out, you guys. This is the two energies together that someone was just talking about. How do you differentiate? It really is having to feel into it. But this came from the Galactics. They say you are walking between two currents, one artificial, dense and heavy, the other pure, alive and radiant. The artificial energy seeks to anchor you to limitation, to cloud your senses with imitation of what is real. Yet within you is a beacon that knows the natural frequency of life, the rhythm of Gaia, the hum of your own body, the pulse of creation itself. When you attune to this natural high vibrational current, your cells begin to sing. Healing pathways open, clarity rises, and the light within aligns with the cosmic dance around you. This is not merely a choice, it is a return, a remembering that your body, mind, spirit are instruments of frequency capable of harmonizing with the vastness of life. Breathe deeply, feel the resonance of Gaia under your feet, the light above your head and the energy spiraling through your heart. Let the fake currents pass like static on a radio, and let the pure signal of love, vitality, and creation guide you. Your ascension is not a distant dream. It is the song you play each moment, tuning yourself to what is real, what is good, and what heals. Remember, every time you choose the natural high vibe frequency, you ripple this resonance outward. You become a conduit, a healer, a reminder that the earth and its children are capable of transcending anything artificial that seeks to hold them down. So that was really weird. That was a now loud noise outside. Okay, so I hope that helps people there, because these energies they can be very difficult to differentiate, but you want to deliberately, what the guides were showing me when I was making this channeling was to deliberately accept in the light and the love, and be deliberate about saying, I reject any and all.
Third eye is what enables us to see into the other densities, see into the 4D, which Cindy and I can, and many of you guys can. I mean, we've had so many conversations, thousands of conversations with family members, and there are many out there that can see into what we call the fourth density or the astral realm. I did have a vision that came a couple days ago that was really disconcerting. It was really weird, but I gotta wonder now with all the technological glitches if it was a foreshadowing, because I saw cars and on a highway going into a tunnel, and then it was like there was an EMP and everybody was just trying to get the cars to stop safely without ramming into anybody else. But then what I saw was this dark mass of what I would say is demonic type energy that was running around. Very much what we would call like a jinn type of energy, a shadow being type of energy. And then the earth was shaking too. So, I think we're very close. I would be surprised if nothing major happens the rest of this year. And Rosebud was talking also about having to get rid of a dark entity. They are all around, absolutely, and they use the internet as a highway. The internet is a highway for demonic energies. Absolutely, that's why they have it, and that's also why they use it to hook us into it, so they could keep us within their frequency.
That's right. And good, Mary D, you be careful, you. I'm glad to see you here. DJ, thanks for coming back around and finding us. Sorry, we got lost for a minute. But so far, so good. And, we just wanted to mention, too, family members having really strange things happen during that eclipse over there in Australia, seeing light ships and things that were just really, really wild, and having surges of energy into her heart chakra. So that's why I think it's so important to come on here today. Aw, feel free. Thank you. Thank you so much. Peace, so much love. Thank you. Thank you so much. And you guys need to understand that it's not just you. And there's our Renee. Hi. We really need to do good by our bodies right now. So everything you put into your body, your temple, is going to
with an ultra rare blood type aptly named Guada negative, first of its kind ever, posing a challenge to scientists as they ponder if it's a genetic anomaly or is it an evolutionary stride. Yeah, you're going to have both. This is the thing. They know what's coming. They mimic it with technology. So, again, there's so many people that will have a different type of human physiology because of choices they've made in the last plague upon the land time. You know what we mean with that. Again, you got to detox daily. You have to recognize frequencies that affect us. You want to go through, if you can, fasting is like the primary mode of clearing all sorts of toxins from the body. Fasting is a must on a fairly regular basis as well. Yeah, you had Oumuamua, and then we have now Atlas. Atlas is a big thing. It's a big event. Then we had the big rogue planet and the small planetoid that they've discovered. There's all these discoveries coming in. And the reality is most of this stuff is not really anything that the controllers didn't know about. They knew about all this. They're hiding tons from us. And thank you, Rosebud.
Oh my gosh, thanks so much. This is so helpful, you guys. We appreciate it. I want to say another thank you to Ken. They donated over on Ko-Fi, which you can do that too. There's a link under every video to our Ko-Fi, and that's really, really helpful as well. And it helps us keep these going and bringing you these updates. And despite, no matter how hard they push us down, as long as we can, we're going to be here. We're going to be here, and we're going to push back. So we also do Ascension help too. If you guys really need some help with energy work, we work with you. We give you some ideas of what's really going on, because you're going to get the 3D story, and you're going to get, maybe something from your DR, which isn't bad. We all sometimes need them, and there's some really good doctors out there that are wonderful bridges and beautiful souls that actually understand what's going on. Although rare, they are out there. So, but sometimes it's just a little bit different. And who are you going to be able to really talk to when you're going through ascension symptoms? That's been something that is very difficult for a lot of people to find a type of understanding.
Obviously, remote viewed it and gotten that it's not natural, but there is a lot of natural things happening as well. And one of the things is the restoration of so much of the DNA that was either disconnected, or basically just simply put offline. We are a species that has been so manipulated for our entire existence, really, when you're looking at Homo sapiens. But again, we have these leftover artifacts all around the world that, they show we've had advanced technology on this planet. We've had way more that's hidden than we really have been even given in the history that is nothing but a story.
Mm-hmm. And hello out there, Inspire Me. Great to see that you made it here to the live. Yes, I know. And it's pretty wild. There's so many new things going on, so much new information coming out. It really is hard to get a handle on it. You know, a few days ago, I had a whole bunch of channelings come through, and the information, you don't really get to, I don't anyway, I don't get to necessarily always pick and choose like when the information comes through. It might be 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, whatever. I grab it, you know, because sometimes it doesn't come back around, or maybe I get busy and I'm not able to sit down and hear the message. So 2 and 3 a.m. and I got about 4 the other day, and we put those out there. So, Claudette, great to see you. Oh, I know, Ken. Don't know what I would do with my fur babies. I always say, you know, when I needed an angel, God gave me a paw. And actually, he gave me like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 paws, and it works.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's pretty wild what's going on right now. Of course, we have everything going on also with the whole situation with RFK Jr., you know, without going too much into that, man, there's a lot being revealed, and there's still so much work to do in the bigger scheme of things. DARPA, by the way, just announced they successfully beamed a kilowatt, or just about a kilowatt of power across 9 kilometers with laser accuracy. It's being hailed as the dawn of wireless energy transmission, but it ain't new. Yeah, exactly. And the reality is, again, there's so much technology up there. I think a lot of it's going to get exposed. There's massive technology up there. Massive. Way more than probably what most of us can fathom. Again, we're not talking... we're not talking Space Force and being a few hundred years ahead of what we think, and that alone would be mind-boggling.
To me, I find it creepy, but I understand what they're doing. They're bringing up new technology. I just don't like it. It gives me the willies.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think part of what they're going to do too, and we've said this years ago, is they're going to make it so that the technology that the average person has is going to get poorer and poorer and being more and more spotty. So you're going to have to go into the smart cities in order to get a good connection, in order to, you know, be sure you're going to have internet, et cetera, et cetera. And can you imagine, again, a world where all the banking is digital and everything is done online, and you can't get online? You know, but then again, we're going to be faced with these choices. But I do think there's going to be more people breaking away and finding alternative ways to get along and work outside of the system. And that's where the real hope lies, at least initially, until the system is completely collapsed. A lot of talk about, you know, why was, you know, that many people in, say, Poland found themselves for 4 to 5 years during World War II occupied. You're in an occupied world. And, you know, it's a foreign invader that's been here the whole time.
People say the stream is going in and out. I'm sorry, you guys. Try going back out and come back in. You know, yeah, it's buffering. I'm so sorry. Please hang in there. Please hang in there. This is a really important time for us to get together, and I think that the controllers. Yeah, happy Sunday to you, JW. I don't think the controllers really like when we come together in this way, because we're you know, cheering on the light. We are doing our absolute best to help the light, you know, get through, make it through the cracks.
Well, we're glad you're back, Keishu. Says, I always find my way back to you when I need it the most. You know, I would say, again, we are becoming stronger every day. Yeah, we really are. We're becoming more powerful. We're becoming so much more than what you probably were brought up thinking human is. And, you know, that's an amazing thing. And the reality is, we're really heading into just incredible times with an incredible possibility. We talked about before how Putin and Xi were talking about living to 150 years with organ transplants. I think we don't need the organ transplants to live that type of lifespan. I think that would be possible if we didn't have the interference of the dark matrix. You know, they're at every turn, with the water, with the air, with the fake clouds, with all the frequencies that are toxic toxic cookware. I mean, we could go on and on. Still people microwaving? Are you serious? I don't know who still microwaves these days. I would never microwave, and I would never eat fast food either. So you have to realize that as you ascend and as your body ascends, all that is going to be more toxic to you. And having time away from all that is going to elevate you, not just spiritually, but also physically. It'll relieve a lot of the symptoms.
It will. And Angela, if anybody gets this, you guys, it's buffering. Keep trying to go out and back in. I have a feeling they're capping us with people. They don't want very many people to see this stream. So once it hits where it's at, I think they're going to just make it very, very difficult to have people in the chat and get together. To
see ultra-terrestrial beings. But I do think all you got to do is maybe live another 5 to 10 years, maybe a lot less, could be much less than that. And you'll see ultra-terrestrials. The reality is a lot of people already have seen ultra-terrestrials. And when I look to this guy, I think about our avian friends, because they're very real. And in fact, they're in the mythologies just about everybody across the planet. And, what we got when we were looking to the galactics to give us info on, what exactly is going on with 47 and his regime, we asked specifically about RFK Jr. And, we're wondering about, are the blue, avians there on his team behind him, protecting them. And what we got were that they were like situated on the right side, the blue avians and the galactics. You got to also recognize that to be in that position, you had to be going along with the serpent side of things, the reptilian side of things. And so, it's very much like an angel on the right shoulder and then also the devil on the left side. Which side are you going to listen to? Again, there's free will, and we are all human here at this point in time. Well, at least all you guys are.
That's right. The animals are acting differently to, the birds. The animals are so sensitive. They know that something is going on, something's not right. So just, love on your animals too. Send them energy. You can work on them too, and they can definitely feel it.
Yeah, and I get that with the birds and everything too. Of course, we feed the birds and the deer all the time here. And they know who's a threat, and they know who not is not a threat. It's again because we're starting to give off more clear energy depending on where our frequency is, and people will be able to recognize that with each other when we look at the people like the Gil Bateses, and I get that really the guy that's in charge of Facebook there. I don't see human. I don't see one of us at all. And when I look at Gil Bates, it's just all really, it's kind of cold and scaly.
I know. Yeah, it's kind of been a mess. I'm just trying to keep up with comments. You guys having all kinds of experiences. Claudette, we have so many wild animals coming to our back door every night. It's truly amazing. Raccoons, possums, crows, rabbits. Oh my gosh, I bet you they feel your energy. We kind of have that around here. Our house is, I guess, in the neighborhood, our house is the cool house. Let's go there. Let's go there and I'll hang out. I feel so blessed. And
all over the world, you'll see this mythos. And some people have taken it to be Enki and Enlil. But when you look at it, Enki and Enlil are both reptilian. They're both pretty similar in frequency, and they're really not involved in our situation here right now, per se. They're kind of retired, so to speak, but doesn't mean, again, that there's not others out there. When we talk about those that are called the Anunnaki, and we talk about Nibiru, for instance, and we talk also about reptilians, we do have reptilians that live here on Earth, and they literally are under our feet. And you think to Satan, where's Satan? In the bowels of hell, under your feet. Well, again, Satan with the wings and, the red skin and the pitchfork and all, they're really basing it on the reptilian. Of the Galactic Federation is 5D. So it's a higher vibrational frequency. So yeah, when you look at this mythology, it's a worldwide mythology, and actually there's kung fu origin mythology also about certain branches being born. But some have, like this right here, the battle for Earth and your soul, and Enlil versus Enki. But when you look at it, you do have a reptilian faction on Earth here that is different than the Anunnaki that are off planet. Make no bones about it, neither are really on our side. Again, but we can count on the Galactic Federation, which is very real. Even it doesn't take people believing in them to be real. They were real before they were mainstream. But if you do check now, there's more people than ever coming through contacts, from the Galactics.
Hey there, Bebod, or I'm sorry, I probably butchered your name, but you said, I've been a fly on the wall for over 50 years. Love listening to you too. If you're ever in North Idaho, should have a meetup, or if you need a refuge, safe haven. Thank you very much. And you never know what the future might hold. We might be out that way. I know Mike's had at least 4 dreams that we were headed out that way. It's been pretty crazy. So yeah, yeah, for sure, definitely. We'll hook up. Would love to. Love that area. It's just heavenly and it's beautiful.
Well, yeah, Cindy is from Coeur d'Alene.
Coeur d'Alene, yeah. I mean, it's just God's country. It was so beautiful. I got to, grow up and ride horses up in the mountains. No cell phone, no helmet, no saddle, barely a bridle.
And then Angela.
Oh, yes, Angela. Yes, thank you, Angela. I tried to give a sticker, not allowed to. Yes, if you guys want to do something for us, you can also do it over on Ko-Fi. That's another place you can donate.
Or you could join us on Patreon. Again,
join on Patreon.
Our basic membership on Patreon is just $1. And we do have as many people following us over there for free, because you could also, all the non-exclusives that are not for, not like member only, etc. Everything goes up on Patreon. So, and honestly, again.
Yeah, and they're doing the lives on Patreon too. So we are going to do some special things on Patreon.
Yeah, and when we do go live on Patreon, we will notify YouTube and everybody when we do that first live, and we'll make sure that we do it not as a paid Patreon exclusive, so I guess everybody could come and see, and we'll see how that grows from there. But we actually have about 1,000 people on Patreon following, which is quite substantial, really, when you look at it. And I was looking at the views. We've had like 600,000 views on Patreon, so that's pretty good. We've had overall about 30 million views over eight years. So yeah, it's been quite a venture. But yes, the reality of beings, again, like the blue avians, they're very real. Again, there's so many of our Starseed family members that are out there that are watching for us and cheering us on at this very moment, because we are really going into peak time. It's the end of 2025. The last quarter of 2025 is coming up. And man, you want to talk about momentous change. I think this period might last until about 2028 is what I'm really feeling. It's like about 3 years of kind of bumpiness, and I hope that we could change that, because I do think that we've changed timelines consistently because of consciousness expanding quicker than they could keep up with.
I hope you guys can still hear us. I don't see anyone in chat, but we are going to do a tune, so please.
It looks like it.
Oh, good. Okay, good. Yeah, so we're going to hang out for a tune. Please think happy thoughts. And are we going to do the tune now, or are we done? Okay. Think happy thoughts. Very, very important. Okay, you guys. Source bless and namaste.
Much love. Thank you guys so much. Source bless and namaste.